Hello, grinding away tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy V Bonus Content Edition with me, BlueAnkylo. The last episode we killed Shinru and we had a look at the new jobs, just a brief overview. In between episodes, I spent a fair bit of time grinding up a little bit, getting some jobs mastered, and just so I can show off some more abilities without having to really, do it on camera. I found a really good place to level, or to job point grind, or farm. And I'll show that off in a minute, although we've been there before, but I'll show you how I'm doing it lately. What I've done is I've tried to master at least one of each job across the party. So I wanted to make sure at least someone had Dragoon mastered, and someone had Chemist, and someone had Beast mastered. Even the jobs that aren't very valuable, I want to make sure at least someone's got it so I can show you the abilities. And I looked it up just for the max stats for the freelancers and mimes. And the 3 jobs specifically you want to master, so you have the best stats for strength, agility, stamina, and magic. There's only 3 you need, because the game just carries over your highest stat of a mastered job, of all the jobs you've mastered. And so what you need is Thief for agility, Monk for strength and stamina, and Oracle for magic. And that will give you the highest HP MP as well, because they're derived from your MP and your stamina. So, although we've only gained a single level as far as experience goes, the mages have like 1,000 more HP because we mastered Monk in between episodes. I think they've got an extra 30 MP or so because we got the Oracle just has a higher magic stat than a summoner did. And Bartz and Kryl, I think primarily they're faster, because now that everyone's mastered Thief, everyone's got a higher baseline agility. And then their equipment changes it. And they do have each character has a slightly different base stats, but it's just plus or minus 2, it's not a big difference. So, just to go through a few things, I'm not going to show everything off, but just to show you kind of the stuff we've missed. Gladiator, when we mastered Gladiator took like 500 points or so, we picked up Long Reach, which allows you to get full strength from the back row. I don't think this applies in Freelancer mode as a passive, but it might. I wouldn't count on it. We might test that out. We'll go over the Oracle stuff in a bit. We saw Lure last time. I'm pretty sure that's in battle, you take a higher percent of the hits. I should probably have looked it up, but, instead of it just being 25% chance for each character, probably if a Gladiator has that equipped, they might be closer to 50% is my guess. I could be wrong. We'll talk about that in a minute. So that's level 3, level 1. I think level 2 was just, that was the one we mastered. Sorry, that was the final mastery. Level 2 must have been Finisher. There it is. So you've seen Finisher. It seems pretty terrible. I didn't think that was a good ability at all. And I guess we'll have to have a look at Blade Blitz later to see how this compares to something like the Zenigage, which cost money to do a ton of damage versus just attacks everybody. We'll check that out. Other new abilities. Let's see. Let's go over like the cannoneer stuff in here. So the cannoneer's got experience up. Now, I wouldn't worry about this too much. I feel like this is the kind of ability that's often overrated. If you're grinding specifically, sure, but if you're just playing, it takes up an ability slot, and I feel like that's kind of it's a weak choice to get 50% more experience. What else must have been just abilities. So Cannoneer's got the level 1 open fire, which I also showed that off last video. It was terrible. And then Combine is the one that you might be interested in. I'm really not going to spend much time on it because I don't have the patience to look up all the recipes. It's a lot like that Chemist Combine mixture, whatever it's called, where you mix 2 things that can do some really good effects. Like I've looked it up and I've tested a few out myself. You really can do some amazing damage and status ailments and stuff with this. Some of the highest damage in the game, honestly, at least at a low level. Like you can combine whatever and get a fancy shot that does AoE damage and turns them to stone or something. I don't know. Just it does cool stuff basically, but you sort of have to memorize what the combinations are. while you're after we picked up that last job, there was a little message that said when we picked up Cannoneer and all that there'd be some new shops. I think it's basically any shop in the game at the item store. There's a new guy that sells these things: buckshot, blast shot, and blitz shot. I picked some up just because why not? I've got lots of money. So theoretically, I can show these off if I feel like it. At least I can show you some of the combining possibilities. And then the other one, although everyone's mastered Oracle now, the other one that's really interesting is the Oracle abilities. I think Read Ahead is a lot like the Shihadori and the equipables from the Defender and the main Gosh. You guys have seen that by now. I think this just gives them, you know, like a 25% passive evade. I don't know if it's applied to Mime or Freelancer automatically like the passive one from Samurai. It might, but you'd have to look it up. Don't quote me on that one. This one's kind of cool when you're grinding for sure. 50% more job points, and this is part of my my grinding strategy that I was doing, and it definitely saved, well, 50% time, so that's good. The other ones are, there's a new ability that I haven't seen yet. So Condemn is the one that's pretty bad. 20 seconds to have a really weak spell effect, not a great ability. Predict is wonky. I cannot just straight up explain how it works. It depends on variables that are hard to keep track of, like digits in HP numbers and stuff, and it does weird stuff. Possibly useful if you want to memorize a bunch of stuff, otherwise very random and unpredictable. Now, there's also some more abilities, I suppose. Seeing as I've mastered some other stuff that you haven't seen before, I think I mastered Berserker to get equip axes. A terrible ability, but there you go, that's where it is. And I mastered Dragoon to get equip spears. And I mastered Dancer to get equip ribbons. We'll never ever actually equip this stuff, but I wanted to just master those just to say I had done it once. I think I got Lena a couple other things specifically. I mastered Chemistry, so there's a couple abilities here you probably haven't seen. Level 4 is an equipable ability to basically cast Asuna, as far as I'm concerned. And Revive, which is essentially, well, I assume a rise, like with HP. Both of these seem like a waste of an ability slot. It's one white mage spell. You could cast it for free, but, you know, that's no big deal. Mix is the one that's really powerful. Drink, I don't think is that amazing, and then Recover and Revive seem like a complete waste of a slot. If these were combined all into one ability somehow, maybe I would equip it more often, but because they're separate, it's just no good. I also picked up something. I mastered Beastmaster. Right, Beastmaster gave you whips, which is again a terrible ability, and Bard gave you harps. Like, so those are like not good. Things like some of these abilities are just so bad. I don't know why anyone would ever use them. I think that's it. Like, at this point, between my 4 characters, somebody has learned every ability in the game. It's just a matter of finding it. I think I'll stop now, but oh, I did check one thing out that was kind of cool. So Ferris mastered Ninja and Samurai because I wanted to test something out. I wanted to see if equipped swords would apply to a Mime after you've mastered a Samurai, which would be cool if you could equip the Masamune, and then you could go first and cast, you know, Bahamut or something. That doesn't work. They don't get the equipped weapons passives, but you do get the dual wield passive. So if you master Ninja, your Mimes do get that, and theoretically you can have a Mime with a Magus Rod and something else, whatever. I guess if you weren't using the Magus Rod, like, you could have a boost to Holy Magic and a boost to Air Magic, for instance, on the same character without using the Magus Rod. Or some other combo. You could go for, well, the main Gosh, we got 2 of these, so I could give them 25% evasion. But a shield gives you more than that, so that seems like a weak choice. I ended up ignoring it and we just equipped the shields anyway. Also, you might notice that I bought some Hermes shoes. I actually bought all of the expensive $50,000 rings times 4. So we've got the water, fire, zombification immunity. because I know there's going to be some bonus bosses coming up in this secret dungeon that are difficult, and these might be useful. And I was tired of being lazy with my ribbons, or my protect rings, which are good, but I decided auto haste is probably better, and if I do that, I don't need to worry about time magic. Quick is still cool, but I can bring blue magic for Mighty Guard, which is really good, and some blue magic is fun. And that way I don't really need time magic for Hastega, because we just start with it. So that was my planning for the difficult dungeon coming up soon. Anyway, I just want to briefly show how to do, how I feel is the quickest way to do job point grinding in the game. You don't need a whole lot for this to work. You know, we've got more than enough right now. I'm actually going to unequip the Hermes sandals on most people because you want to set it up specifically so one person goes first every time. And you can play with agility and try to get one person to have the maximum agility. Like, Kryl has the most, so she'll probably go first in battle. But it's easier, in my opinion, to just give one person the Hermes sandals, and then they'll almost always start at the beginning of the fight. Other abilities that are useful would be, what is it called? First Strike from the ninja. Either have a ninja or have this equipped, as well as Vigilance. This will just make the more likely for you to start preemptively and not back attack, which just means the battle is over quicker because you go before the enemies. But once you've got job points up, you should probably just equip this too. Whichever jobs you're trying to farm up, 50% more is really good. And whoever you give the Hermes shoes, you should probably give them the gold hairpin if you can. Like, this depends on them being a magical class. Like, samurais can't equip that. And then they need the blue magic. So, and the level 5 death specifically. Anyway, you come down here. Oh, there's one more thing. You'll probably want to, if you want to do this as fast as possible, you'll want to turn that on. So then you just go down here. You should always get the same person first if you set up the Hermes shoes correctly. And then if with the level 5 death, it's an automatic kill to the enemy group in an instant spell, basically, for 11 MP. And they'll always go first. You don't have to do any menu selection at all. Just tap A, and you win. And that's all you have to do. You just run back and forth, watch some TV or some Netflix or something. No matter how many of them you fight, you'll, like, assuming you've got preemptive strike and the back attack thing, you'll always go first. Now, if you don't have those equipped, the enemy every now and then will surprise you. But other than that, you know, you'll just win as quickly as you can click the button. There's no auto battle. If there was an auto battle, it'd be even easier, but that will go until you run out of MP, and at that point you would just head back up here, well, in a second. Head upstairs, and there's a place to use a cottage just outside the door. And you'll be getting between, well, it's 4 and 8 normally. If you've got Oracle up to level 3, you'll be getting either 6 or 12 job points for the whole group every fight. And that's an average of 9. It goes up pretty quick. And then you can heal up here for free anytime you want. Well, for a cottage. So anyway, that was, in my opinion, that's probably the quickest place to job point farm. Because the battles are really easy and you can win it instantly. Anyway, forget all that. I don't have to re-equip all my abilities and stuff. Let's go have a look at the new dungeon. If I can remember where it is. I think it's outside of the sort of crescent bridge thing, and it's somewhere over here, I think. It's been a while. I don't think it's on the map, is it? No, this is, just speed around. That's the fire one. Maybe it was below it. Sorry, I should have looked up where this was. There's a suspicious looking head there. That might do something after we finish the bonus dungeon. I forget. It's not in the north, I don't think. Ah, this is it for sure. Yeah, it was south of the... I actually parked my airship right next to it, and I forgot about it. Alright. Now, I'm starting off in, like, super-powered mode, so everybody's got, like, maximum power as far as I'm concerned. This is my general-purpose best setup, in my opinion. Once I'm, like, I forget how difficult this bonus dungeon is. Once I'm confident with it, I'll switch over some abilities and we can try out Blade Blitz and some of the Oracle abilities and stuff. Just, you know, once I know it's not going to be super, super difficult. I don't even remember what this does. Like, I haven't done this bonus dungeon in so long, I'm not even 100% sure if I've finished it. I think, like, there's one more job we don't have. I'm pretty sure I've gotten it before, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, let's have a look-see. That one's... So we won't be allowed to go in here until we're done something. I guess this is where it starts. I know there's a bunch of very difficult bonus bosses, but I don't remember where they are or what we'll need to do to beat them. I'm not sure. I think they'll be harder than Omega and Shinru, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't remember this area, like, at all. Now, these guys look familiar. Like, we've probably fought them before. Deathclaw was a boss. And then the Sword Dancer was an enemy in the final dungeon, I think. So you can see just how well our dual-wielded Rapid Blade is doing. I feel like Bart's has the wrong weapon equipped or something. Double Thundaga? That's kind of rude. That Magus Rod does do reasonable damage. It's pretty good. Not that we need the XP or anything at this point, but, oh, that's Sasuke's katana. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to make sure I had weapons that are magic bladeable, and I think they both are. Also, the rainbow dress is surprisingly good on the armor. I didn't notice that it was, basically crystal armor tier. I also tested out ribbon, rainbow dress, and slippers with a dancer, and it might be that it just uses sword dance all the time. I thought it was any one of those three gave it plus 25% to a maximum of plus 25% of the sword dance, but it might be each one adds plus 25% up to 100% total, which would be cool. You could just do a quadruple damage every time with your dancer. Unfortunately, dancers, well, they can only use daggers, which are terrible, but as an option to rapid-fire Spellblade, you could have a Freelancer equipped with Ragnarok and Dance, and it would probably just do 10,000 every time if it works. It's not quite as good, but it would save you an ability slot. What are these guys like? We fought these guys a lot, right, before? Like, they're not that scary. Yeah, these guys aren't that bad. I did master Hunter for Bart so that he'd have rapid fire as well. I figured it's too powerful late game for me to not give it to both of my fighters. Well, let's, I don't think we're going to be using Spellblade for a while, so let's throw on Blade Blitz, see what that does. Unfortunately, I have to re-equip all my stuff every time. I guess I don't really need Spellblade if I don't have, like, I don't need Spellblade weapons if I don't even have that kind of stuff, so forget that. I don't like the Thornlet, though, and I don't like the Cursed Ring at all. So, let's just go back to this. And what else are we going to try out? Instead of Spellblade, did I get the Cannoneer thing with her? No. Oh yeah, we did the Cannoneer stuff. So we'll try combine with the Freelancer on Kryl. We'll see how that works. And again, every time we got to redo this. It would be I got the Reflect Rings. There might be a boss that we need 4 Reflect Rings, so I wanted to have that ready to go. Alright, we can test out those abilities, see how they do. I guess I could see the Oracle one too. Alright, so combine, like, you have to use, I think, you have to start with one of the shots. And Blitz Shot is the best, so we'll start with that. And then you combine it with stuff. I assume Dark Matter probably gives you some of the best ones, because it's relatively rare. I don't know how often you can get Ashes and Shurikens and stuff. Well, we can buy Shurikens. Let's try, I probably have lots of Dragon Fangs. Let's see what that does. Dragon Cannon. Boom. Fireworks. 6,000 damage! That's not bad! That's probably more damage than Bahamut does, honestly. is interesting. So that is like, from Final Fantasy VII, there's a slash all that I think just does your weapon damage to all enemies. And that looks like what Blade Blitz is doing, and if you're dual wielding, it does both weapons to everybody. That might be worth a shot. It's a blast shot. Thanks, game. Like I needed more of that. I'm gonna try some more just while we're here. So, Blitz shot, and let's try a shuriken. It's just a normal cannon. Not that amazing. That does way too much damage. I don't like that at all. That's... He did, what, about 4,000 damage to everything with Blade Blitz? That's pretty solid, actually. If Bartz and Kryl both had that, I'd be quite happy. You can't do blue magic with dual cast, unfortunately. Biggest shame. If only you could dual cast blue magic, I would be super happy with it late game. Actually, I want to see, seeing as I just said that Bartz might be doing Bahamut level damage, let's see if that's true. If he can do about 4,000 damage to the enemy group, how does that actually compare? Oh, yeah, it's definitely similar. And for 0 MP, not bad then. And similarly, Dragon Fang plus Blast Shot, or whatever that was called. Blitz Shot plus Dragon Fang, that's not that hard to pull off. And that did even more damage, so that was cool. Let's try it with, well, these are pretty expensive. Honestly, I'm kind of curious what, like a hero cocktail will do. Divine Cannon. Same animation. Holy damage, probably? That's not bad, you know? I was making fun of some of the early, well, both the finisher and the cannon attack, they were pretty bad. These ones, though, now I don't know the combinations, like switching to blast shot, what does that mean specifically? Do we get a different dragon cannon? Dragon burst instead of dragon cannon. Maybe less powerful? Definitely less powerful. So I assume you should probably just use the more expensive one rather than the cheaper shots, but I don't, you know, I don't know for sure. It's been so long, I haven't used much blue magic in a long time. Let's see what Eriga does. They'll probably like absorb it or something. Yeah. Good. Getting lots of dragon fangs. I can definitely test that out again. So let's do... I'm pretty sure Blitz Shot is the more expensive one, so it's the better. I want to try that Dragon Cannon out one more time. $5,500 is not bad. Wish we had that fire ring on, eh? We're taking a lot of damage. There's a lot of dragons down here. Better do some healing, though. Alright. The other thing I could do is, we'll keep white, but we'll turn summon off for now so that we can show off, it's terrible, but we'll show off predict. I'll try to use it once or twice. I would really prefer if you had that. And... it would be awesome if Mimes could use ribbons. I think Lena mastered Dancer, and equip ribbons did not apply to the Mime, as far as I could tell. Assuming we had more than 2. Yeah, we've got 4. I did check that just in case. We want, well, the gold hairpin's fine anyway, so it's no problem. Okay, we'll test out, Predict. Well, that guy looks like a boss. Let's put down a quick save just in case it goes terrible. Oh, it's locked. Never mind. We'll keep trying out a few combinations for our cannoneer powers. I don't know if I can get more ash, so like I don't want to use that. I know we can buy these somewhere, or at least steal them if I need them. Let's see what this does. It's not as good as the Dragon Fang. Oh, you're not dead? That's a shame. Alright, predict! I have no idea what we're gonna get. 3rd rank. Go! We get a gear with pestilence. What's that gonna do? You probably have to wait longer. I really never understood oracles, and I don't think I ever will. I don't want to understand oracles. It's too much hassle. Locked, or at least unopenable. We need a quick way of dealing with these dragons, too, to be honest. Is there anything below us? Just wanted to double check there's nothing down this way. Okay, so it's just the items in this section. Let's try out a power drink blitz. Power cannon. Maybe it lowers their attack strength or something, or raises it, for all I know. Same fight over and over and over again. Super exciting, guys. Super exciting. What else? What other combinations should we try? Turtle Shell theoretically would raise their defense, or slow them. Makes them slow like a turtle. It slowed one of them. It's not bad. Like I said, guys, there's some cool status effects and some reasonable damage you can pull off. He got killed by the Megas Rod. Alright, let's try this again. Blitz plus... I guess we could try, like, the elementals. It might be just fire. At least it looks red, right? Looks like a Firaga. 3 grand? Not terrible. Deathclaw doing his signature move. Okay, I probably missed some stuff, but, you know, it's a new dungeon, so we're just having fun. Oh, those guys are fun, I remember them. The, Skull Eaters and Soul Eaters. They used to be really hard, because we couldn't kill them because we didn't do enough damage. Not so much of a problem anymore. Although they still hit stupidly hard. I think they do 0 damage from most magic. Or, the earth magic can do damage to them if you have an earth elemental. I remember that. And they give you some amount of ability points. It's not that great. Yeah, I don't remember this area at all, so I'm just exploring around. Maybe save some time here by running away. This is a big looking area, wow. I have no idea how many episodes this is going to take to go through the bonus dungeon. I'm just looking around, try to test off some abilities for you here and there. I really don't think we're going to use Predict very much from the Oracle. Or we're about to die anyway here. Can't run away. Yeah, that's really bad. Alright, like, seriously, we're gonna lose. I should have maybe cast Asuna on Bart, or should have attacked Bart's. We're probably gonna actually die here. Okay, that was lucky, I guess. I thought you'd be able to run away. I guess, like, if I want to just run from fights, I should probably equip the thief or the ninja ability to just run. Or I should just commit to killing them. They are hard to hit. That's one of the reasons rapid fire is the correct choice here. There you go. White wins. Doesn't get used all that often. There you go. It's pretty good. Actually, I could see what Blaze Blitz can do. Can it... Dang it! Why every time? I don't even know what this is gonna do. I am still, as always, I am annoyed that Ribbon does not protect against Confuse in this game. It's totally supposed to. Well, you killed Lena. Thanks for nothing, Bart's. You can see why I wanted to run away from this guy. It's just dragging the episode out. Alright, what if we give... We should have some... I bought a bunch of Phoenix Downs and stuff, so we're okay on those. What if I just gave Lena the Thief Escape? Like, I don't think predict... I don't understand it. It takes too long for anything to happen. It's just too complicated for me. So what if I just put on, what's it called? One of these. Probably missed it. Flee, yeah, that's it. That should let you escape from these battles immediately. Just so we can save some time, right? We don't need summons that bad. Oh, this one's a fun one. I don't know if I ever showed this off. This is one of the fights you can find, oh, we can't even do damage. You can find this fight in the ocean. She's got a fair bit of HP. Kind of check it out here. Sometimes you can hit her with death, I think. But she drops a good amount of job points, like 25 or something, or maybe 100, and I can't remember. It's been a while, but she is kind of a unique fight in the ocean. You can find her like in the bottom left corner of the ocean or something. I think she must absorb Holy. Let me just run away. Yeah. She just absorbs too much of my weapon damage. Dark matter, ooh. Well, we fought these before, nothing special here. Still annoying. See, if I just put Flee on Kryl, she would have gone first, and instead of getting hit by 2 attacks by the Rook, like, the enemies do not wait for you at all, and it's kind of frustrating when you're just trying to run away like that. That was terrible. And this is with Hermes boots, like, we all go super fast. Alright, we're running out of MP here. Oh, that just automatically... Okay. Oh, these guys can be fun. Tends to give you good job points, if that's what you're looking for. They're usually hard to hit. I think there's some of these in the final dungeon, if you're looking for them. Like, you don't have to come to the bonus dungeon. I think they've got a fair number of HP, too. I don't remember specifically the way to... That's the way to kill them, whatever that was. Delta attack. But there's only one of you. How can you do that? Now there's 3 of them again. Huh. Like I said, it's been a while. I forget what the gimmick is. Maybe they all have to die at the same time, like some of the bosses. Well, they didn't seem to gain back all their HP, so... There we go. Tons of money. A really good amount of job points. If there is a way to have that enemy spawn specifically, so you don't have to fight random enemies, that would be real good for farming up job points. But I don't know if I don't think there's a way to guarantee it. Let's just go. We're not farming job points anymore, and I don't need the money, so... I feel like this is really inefficient with Flea being on my 4th person in the combat. So let me just throw this around here. And I have to re-equip everybody again. And Mazmune makes her go first too, so that helps. She's guaranteed to go first. And then we'll put Lena back on White and Summon, I guess, for emergencies. And then we have to re-equip again, of course. Sage's Staff, that's what I want. And then cheaper MP, and go faster if we fight a boss or something really hard. So where are we? I'm a little bit lost. At least we can escape quickly. Are these all going to take you to different places? Like that one of them takes you to that treasure chest? Wow. This is a lot of messing around. This is like the encounter rate is a little bit ridiculous. And well, I did get that. And all that for a Goliath tonic? That's terrible. Yeah, these are not good items. Like, this is not worth hunting for. Those are like trash tier items. Yeah. Villia is just too much of a hassle. Yeah, we've been here before. We should get a lot of preemptive strikes, because we'll automatically have the ninja's chance to get first strike buff. And we shouldn't get back attacked either, because we should also have the thief's vigilance. And imagine how... I guess, like, I need to end the episode here. Well, let's find out what this thing is, and then we'll maybe end the episode. Oh, it's just a Gil Turtle. Should have cast Float right off the bat. Not doing that much damage. I don't have Spellblade ready. Normally you'd want like a Flare Spellblade, or I think he's weak to ice, so Blizzaga would completely destroy his defense. Still missing, even with 100% accuracy. Blue, is there anything... Old Blue, what can you do? Wasn't expecting this fight. Honestly, I forget what he's weak against. No, I don't. It's Blizzaga. That's not a ton of damage, but it's not the worst. I'm sure Blizzaga Spellblade would be way better. Wonder if Holy works. And maybe Osmos. I'm out of MP. Oh well, we can use elixirs if we have to. It does 0, yeah, figures. I guess you can usually run from this guy if you need to. It's just because I don't have Spellbait equipped, I can't do full damage. And he has like 35,000 or something, I think. As long as you've got lots of HP, you'll be a good White Winder. And, Holy was obviously a mistake. I'm trying to think of what I can do to speed this up. I don't know, there's nothing I can do. That was a good counterattack. That's the Sage's Staff doing 2 grand. Stupid turtle. You're terrible. You know, I should have cast Mighty Guard, too, with my Blue Mage. That would have been smart. It's a really good spell. Is it up at the top or the bottom? There it is. Say goodbye to the last of my MP. Oh, let's just cast Libra on him. I don't remember just how tough he is. I know we killed quite a few of them before, but I forget. It's been a while. Oh, he's already dead. Unless Kryl misses everything, he should be dead now. Luckily, Mighty Guard saves us. Well, that wasn't too bad. Grand Helm. Ooh, that's possibly one of the big ones. I guess that might be our first boss of the dungeon. So what does that look like? A lot of physical defense. Unfortunately, everyone's got, like, special helmets. I don't know if it's got any... Like, I don't know if it's got any special effect. And Ribbon is supposedly protecting us from status ailments, other than all the ones we're worried about. Like Confuse and Zombie and everything. But, I mean, there you go. We got one of our special items. So I assume probably a transition into a different area coming up. We definitely missed some stuff in this last couple areas. If this is it. I'd like to get to a save point for the end of the episode, and then I can off-camera go back and see if I missed anything. Too many enemies absorb Holy to have a Holy weapon equipped, like the Excalibur and the Mazmune. It's annoying. Why is it so hard to hit these things? Counterattack worked. Oh, there's a chest on the other side, of course. Okay, let's just speed up this a little bit. Like, I don't want to spend 20 episodes on this bonus dungeon just fighting the same enemies over and over and over again. That's not what I want. The encounter rate, though, is a little bit ridiculous. And the treasure chests have not been great, I gotta say. At least we've got that flea, that makes a big difference. Is this gonna be another boss fight? Like, I'm out of MP here. I mean, this guy could literally heal us. I'm just gonna give it a talk. You're a long way from home, kiddies. You scared? Some of the most evil beings are sealed up here, you know. Not running yet, huh? Well, if you want to get to where the real bad stuff is, you gotta prove yourselves to me first. So, to test your might, I want you to go out and catch me a oh, not catch me. Catch a behemoth? Behemoth? That means I have to equip all that stuff and pass the cave with the waterfalls. Well, that's gonna be fun. I don't know where they spawn, other than in a cave past the waterfalls. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm gonna put a cut here. A little bit longer episode, but I figure maybe these bonus dungeons can be a little bit longer episodes in general. Like I said, I don't want to have to do a million of these, especially if they end up really grindy. So I'm going to do a bit of off-camera exploring. If I find any good treasure, I'll try to remember and tell you about it at the beginning of next episode, or show you where it is. But I have a feeling most of the stuff we're going to find is tonics and shurikens and blitz balls and stuff like that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. The Gil Turtle boss wasn't too bad. We've already fought them, so you should be okay with that. But yeah, I'll see if I can figure out where behemoths are and meet you back for that next time. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.